Hey everyone, welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be telling you about the bronzers that I am going to be wearing a bunch this summer. These are, according to me, the best summer bronzers. So let's get into it. So I want to keep this video a little bit short. I am just going to go through the bronzers, and probably at the end I'm gonna insert a clip of all the bronzers next to each other so you can really see the undertones. Because I think with bronzers, sometimes it's a bit difficult, especially when you buy online, to buy a bronzer that has the right undertone for you. It is very easy to buy something that is way too orange, way too yellow, way too red, way too cool toned. It depends on your skin tone or your undertone. Maybe it's too light, too dark. Bronzer is a difficult thing. I think it's way easier to buy a blush because I can usually make that work, but bronzers, they are very specific. So I am gonna insert the clip at the end so you can really see the differences in undertone and make a very informed decision. Also, what I need to tell you is that I have a light skin tone. I don't believe that I am fair. I'm pretty light. I do tan a bit in the summer. I do get a little bit more of a tan face, but I have a very neutral to cool undertone, which means that I like neutral to cool bronzers. But I don't mind if they have like a little bit of a golden glow. I do like that. I also just like glowy bronzers in general. We have some different options here: cream, glowy powder bronzers, and more natural finish powder bronzers. But if you are deeper than me, lighter than me, you love really warm bronzers, this is not the video for you. This is with bronzers that will make you look very nice and tan without making you look orange. Alright, let's start with the bronzer that I'm wearing today. I'm also applying it in a video that might be up on my channel, but if it is not, I will link it after I've uploaded it. But this is a full face of the best makeup of 2022 so far. So if you want to see this in action, you can watch a video. But this is a very juicy, a very creamy cream bronzer that blends beautifully. It has kind of like coverage to it. It is definitely very pigmented, but in a way that you can easily blend it out. To me, this is not scary. It is a product where I do have to grab a clean brush to kind of blend out the edges, because if I keep blending with the brush I initially applied this with, it's gonna end up all over my face. But if I just apply this with one brush, blend it out where I kind of want it to be, then blend out the edges with a clean brush, this looks amazing. It also sets down, but it still looks very like glowy, juicy. It really has a perfecting quality to it. It makes your skin look so good, and I just love the undertone of this. It is very neutral cool. This is my perfect bronzer undertone because this is basically the tone that I get when I am in the sun a bunch. This is my natural tan. It's also not that far from my skin tone right now. Of course I look a little bit more tan because I already use this, but I think this has a great shade, a great formula. It's so easy to work with, but it also stays put, and I just love that little bit of coverage that it gives you. If it's really hot out, if it's like a summer day, it's 30 degrees Celsius or more, then this is a great one because you can just apply this to the cheeks without a foundation or any base products, maybe a little bit of concealer, and your skin is gonna look very good without having to apply a lot of layers of coverage. So I really love this one. This is one that I think I'm gonna be recommending a lot in my videos because this is my new favorite cream bronzer. I just also love how the products that I put on top blend into it. It's so easy to blend everything together. This is a great one. It just gives you that very natural, juicy, very tanned look without looking orange. This is amazing. I love this one. Okay, a Kiko bronzer that was released this year. I have 3 types of Kiko bronzers here that I'm gonna recommend to you, and they all have a very different finish. So this one is from the Blossoming Beauty collection. This one is in 02 Bright Sienna, and this is also a very neutral to cool bronzer. Not like cool as in ashy or gray in undertone, but it definitely isn't orangey. I really love the shade. I think it's very similar to the Revolution shade if you look at it like that. Maybe a little bit lighter, which makes it a bit easier to use if you are a little bit more fair. But this has a very natural look to the skin, a little bit creamy, a little bit just skin-like. So it isn't a flat matte, it just has a skin-like kind of glow, but not really glow, no shimmer, no shine, just very natural. I think this is a great one if you are not into glowy glittery bronzers, but you want your skin to look good and bronzy and just natural. You want it to enhance your skin. You want a bit of that glow without any shimmer or glitter. So this is a great one. It blends out really easily. It looks really good on the skin. I am really into this, and of course the packaging is so cute. I love this packaging. Then the next one, this is a glowy bronzer. This is the Happy B-Day Belezza Baked Bronzer in 02 Sienna. This was part of the Ocean Feel collection a few years ago and they brought it back. This is a very glowy bronzer, very glowy. It will give you the glow without any shimmer. It doesn't really have shimmer, but it is like a glowy baked bronzer. This one is a little bit more warm, a little bit on the deeper side when you look at it in the pan, but once you apply it, it's actually not that scary because there's a lot of glow to it. It's not that pigmented. It is a really easy bronzer to work with, very easy to blend out. It will give you that very glowy sun-kissed look, which I love. I have used this quite a bit already this year. Since I got it, I was just like, this is the perfect glowy bronzer for me because it is just so easy to use and there is no glitter inside. It is just that beautiful bronzy glow and just the right amount of pigment. Sometimes you have these glowy bronzers that are just a little bit too much of the shine and then you are just exaggerating the pores a little bit too much. It's just, you just see a lot of the pores, and when you try to build it up, it just gets worse and worse. There's not enough pigment, more glow. I don't really like that. This has the right balance of pigment and glow. So yeah, I would highly recommend this bronzer. It is a great one. Then one which is fairly new in my collection, but I've actually used it quite a bit already. And this is the Festival Glow Baked Bronzer in Burnt Sienna by Kiko. I always end up buying their Sienna shade. This one has golden shimmer in it. So this is like one step further. This is like the most glowy bronze goddess, golden glow on the cheeks type of bronzer. This one you can also use on the body, by the way. It is a big bronzer. You get a lot of product in here. This is quite like the Happy B-Day Belezza bronzer that I just showed you, but it does have golden shimmer. It is a shimmery bronzer, not like chunky, but there is golden shimmer on your cheeks, which makes it also a very easy bronzer to use in a way. Like, it is almost a bit of a one-step product for me sometimes when I feel like I want to add a little bit of color to my face, but I don't really do a full look. I just grab this and it gives a bit of that highlighted effect, it gives a bronze effect, and just a little bit of that glow, sun-kissed look to the cheeks. So this is really a bronzer where it's like you go for that bronzed golden goddess look. It is a look that you have to like, but I really love this. I don't like chunky glitters on my cheek. I don't feel like this is that. I feel like the gold does look pretty natural. It definitely doesn't look bad on the cheeks. I think it actually looks beautiful and I'm really into this bronzer and I've really been going into this. It is a great one for the summer. It is just very big, so keep that in mind. It's also a little bit more expensive for Kiko, but I really love this one for that golden glow that it gives me. Okay, next up is a little bit more of a subtle bronzer. I also wanted to give you a little bit of a subtle recommendation. I have to say, I've talked about this bronzer a lot on my channel already. It's nothing new if you followed me, if you follow me for longer. It is also a bronzer that I use throughout the year, but I just love it so much, so I just wanted to reiterate my love for this bronzer. So it is the Skin Bronzing by Ambra, by Nabla in the shade Ambra. This is a big gelée bronzer. This is a perfect shade for me because it is that neutral to cool, not too deep undertone, like shade and undertone. It is amazing for a natural look because this is kind of like a sheen. It is a sheen, but there is no glitter, there is no shimmer, you see nothing weird. It is like a sheen, but in a very natural skin-like way, almost a bit like that one, like the Kiko Blossoming Beauty one, but a little bit more sheeny. I just love the pigmentation of this because you can really build it up, but you can keep it subtle really easily. It isn't too pigmented. If you don't love a very, very bronze, crazy bronze look, then this is a good one as well. But if you're really like, I want that bronze look, I really want to go in, you can build this up, or you can go a shade deeper. They have a deeper shade as well that's a little bit warmer that I have not picked up because in the end I just really love building this up and I'm happy with that result. So yeah, this is just really easy to work with. You can wear it different ways. It is the perfect color for me. It is a very neutral, not too gray and not too warm. I really love this one, and this has been my favorite bronzer. I think, yeah, it's my favorite bronzer still. It's just so trusty. Like, I can really trust it. I know what I can do with it. It is never scary. There's nothing scary about this bronzer. It's just really, really easy. Then two bronzers that are the same but a different color that I have been raving about for the past year or so. The Holiday Skin Luminous bronzers by Catrice. These are both pretty neutral, but the deeper one is a little bit darker. The one that I in the end love the most is the Summer in the City, the 010. It is a bit light for me in the summer, but it still has enough pigment and it still has enough coverage that I feel like it makes me look very bronzy in a very natural way. I just really love this shade. I know right now it kind of looks like it could be a powder, but there's just something magical about this one. This just matches me so well. It is just like that subtle look. Without being too subtle, you still see that your skin looks amazing and you look bronzy and you look glowy. This is also kind of similar to that skin glazing look where it has a glow, but there's no shimmer or glitter in it. It's just very natural. I bought this one, the deeper one, to kind of mix in once I get really tan. And this also has an amazing formula. It's just a little bit deeper, so if it is needed, I just mix them together. These are amazing, they are so affordable, and they just have this perfecting quality to your skin that I always talk about. I hope that you understand what I mean, but when I wear these, my skin just looks amazing. It just looks amazing, and I just love the glow these give me. I am very much into these, and they are great. They are great all year round, but also for the summer. They're great. And then I have kind of like an honorable mention. I have done a video on this one quite recently. Well, kind of recently, like 2 weeks ago, maybe a little bit longer. And in that video, I wasn't too sure. But since then, I've really been getting into this and I've been wearing it a lot. And I feel like it really has a place in my collection. So I am gonna put it in this video. But it feels a bit strange because I've only had it for a few weeks. But on the other hand, like almost every time I did my makeup, I used this one. And I have tried this out under pretty extreme circumstances. So it's kind of like a bonus, but at the same time I've used it a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in light medium. This one is very interesting. It is a very interesting product. To me, it is just a cream bronzer. It is the shade that I love. Very neutral, not too gray, definitely not orange. And what actually in the end made me go back to this bronzer again and again and again and again is that it is lightly pigmented, but pigmented enough. Like, it is really easy to use this. It is so easy to put this on because you can't really go wrong with the amount of pigmentation that this has. The reason that I didn't tell you in the video where I tried it for the first time immediately like, wow, this is the best thing ever, is because it doesn't really have that perfecting quality. It is really my skin. You can see all the imperfections. You can see everything still there. It is very see-through, but it does give me that extra bit of color, just a little bit extra dimension to the face in such an easy, effortless way. I think what I love the most about this bronzer is that it's so easy to apply. You just throw it on without really thinking about it, and then it looks better. I don't think it looks as good in the end, like with a full makeup look. If I really want to go and do my makeup, do full makeup, then I love the Revolution one more because it has that perfecting quality, but it would take me a little bit more time to blend out, and I would be a little bit more scared. Not because it really is a bronzer that smears, but I would be a little bit more scared if I sweat a lot or anything, something weird happens. I don't even know. I just would be a little bit more scared to wear that to certain places, and I'm specifically talking about the gym. I've been going to the gym quite a bit recently, and I've actually been wearing this one to the gym because even if I sweat a bunch, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't move. You don't see any stripes. Like if I sweat, like really sweat, my face is dripping with sweat, then this is gonna stay put. It's not gonna look weird. It is natural enough that it's not gonna be like, wow, wearing a lot of bronzer to the gym, wearing a lot of makeup to the gym. So it's like perfect for that. It's very natural. It stays put. It is really easy to throw on because before I go to the gym, if I feel like wearing makeup, I'm not gonna spend 30 minutes doing it. So yeah, it just has a place, a specific place in my collection because it is lightly pigmented, easy to blend, still looks good, still looks very nice. I have been getting into this, and I think if you are looking for a really like no makeup bronzer that does give you dimension, that does give you the bronzed look, and of course it is glowy. It is glowy. I didn't tell you, I think. But if you're looking for something like that, I would recommend it. It's a little bit pricey maybe, but for me I think it's gonna be worth it because when it's really hot, then this is gonna work. Then this is really gonna work and stay put because I can sweat, I can do whatever, and it's gonna be there for me. Okay, so those were all the bronzers that I am recommending to you for this summer. Right now, I'm just gonna put up one swatch clip of all the bronzers next to each other so you can really see all the undertones. I think you're gonna see that I have a definite taste in bronzers. The ones that I love the most are always pretty similar in color and texture, and I think you can guess that I really love glowiness. But okay, that is gonna be everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and then I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.